Thank you to the School of Dental Sciences, USM, for inviting me to share something today. And 2 weeks ago, Associate Professor Dr. Aziah presented on strategies for successful industrial engagement, and she explained on the strategies for collaborative projects. And today, I would like to share on my personal experiences on how to secure the industrial grants. And I hope this webinar will benefit other lecturers as well. And this is the outline of the presentation. Mostly my slides are pictures, so don't worry. I hope that you won't get bored, hopefully. So it's on the motivation, what, how, benefits, challenges, and tips. And first of all, thank you so much to the ex-dean, Associate Professor Dr. Fadli Khamis, and the PPSG team for giving me the opportunity to serve in PPSG. And I was given an offer letter as lecturer at PPSG with a contract for 1 year only. So there's a pressure there. We need to achieve the KPI. In fact, to give more than targeted KPI so that PPSG has more reason to retain me. So another motivation is to my Sifu, Dr. Karyati. Thank you so much, Dr. Karyati, for giving me the opportunity to be an MC for this MOA ceremony at the Grand Renai 2 years ago. And later, she also guided me on the steps on how to secure the industrial grant. And this industrial grant from Hanan Medispa to USM. So that time I was thinking, if she can do it, we can also do it. So Dr. Karyati won the innovation competition at Seoul, South Korea in 2009 and also at Malaysia Technology Expo 2021 from this industrial grant. So Dr. Karyati, you have made us proud. So that's why I want to be like her. So started as lecturer at PPSG in June 2020. So meaning I only have 6 months that year to secure the grant. So during the pandemic outbreak some more. So as mentioned by our previous dean to me, he told me the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. So Alhamdulillah, for that year, 2020, managed to get 2 grants from Yayasan Haq and also from Rosana Ventures. And I will explain more on the industrial grant from Rosana Ventures dan Berhad. So the first project is the goose bone powder. As you can see from the left is the product from Rosana Oma, and on the right is the competitors. And goose bone is traditional remedy utilized in Malay traditional medicine for several years. It has been widely applied for both external and internal complications, especially in the treatment of fractured bones. Actually, that was the first time I heard about goose bone as for traditional medication. And Roxana Ventures dan Berhad, or previously known as Tagus, sells goose bone as well as other few competitors in the market, as you can see. And there's some overclaim by the competitors because everybody can claim anything. So if you can read from this poster, you say, what? So overclaim. And so everybody also can produce the testimonies. But in order to get the MOH approval, it has to be scientifically proven. So that's where we come in. So how can we help the industry? So according to Malaysia Education Blueprint, the university can assist the industry in terms of research and innovation, producing innovative commercial products as well as giving consultation. So in this case, for me, how to scientifically prove the claim that goose bone powder can enhance fracture healing. So the first step is the offer letter from the company. Yeah, and this company is registered in Kota Baru, and the production is in Pasir Mas, and the manufacturer for the product is in Machang. So it's a Kelantan-based company. And normally, if we get the internal research grant, such as short-term grant or RUI, or even external grant from MOSTI, like FRGS, we can only get marks from M1 research grant, yeah, in HCMS. But for industrial grant, we can get additional marks from M4 and M5. Yay! So also potential for research publications. Therefore, the MOA between USM and Roxana Ventures Denver Heights. So this means I've got M5 marks for me. And the MOA was signed on 27 September 2020. So that time I was hoping that the VC will acknowledge my contribution to PPSG or at least aware that I exist. Tunjuk muka lah sikit. So the managing director come CEO of Roxana Ventures, Denver Heights is Roxana Omar from her name. Actually, I know her for a few years back when we were doing some charitable events in Kelantan via our own NGOs. So you see, we do good for others, it will come back to you in an unexpected ways. So the MOA will appear in this campus online dashboard under MOU, MOA, is ICNIS, Industry and Community Network Information System. So it will appear here. And this is the hard copy of MOA signed by the VC, witnessed by the Dean on behalf of USM. So we have the hard copy MOA. And the activities of MOA are also captured here in ICNIS. In order to get marks for the consultation without monetary or rewards, we need to have the MOU or MOA. If you just get the letter of appointment without the MOU or MOA, we won't get marked. Yeah, please be aware. So this is the appointment letter as consultant. So I've got 2 marks in M4 consultancy. So if we do consultation without monetary rewards under M4, even though you have the appointment letter, we won't get the mark. So it has to, we must have MOA or MOU. And of course, this is an animal study. So in order to perform animal study, we have to apply for the ethical approval. This is my first experience dealing with animal ethic application, and Alhamdulillah, thanks to Associate Professor Dr. Kanan, and as well as our ex-dean, Dr. Fadli Kamis, for assisting me in the application process. And after the defense, luckily Prof. Razak was there to rescue me, and a few corrections, we managed to obtain the ethical approval. And Alhamdulillah, we have Animal Research and Service Center, or ARAS, to assist animal study here in USM Health Campus. So we don't have to go far. It's only at the back there, near to the field. The VO, the veterinary officers and the staff there are very helpful and also very friendly. So you can see the cage for the rabbit here. It's an individual cage for each rabbit. And the room is air conditioned for 24 hours. And the food is also high quality, high grade. And the rabbit food there is imported from Germany. And the price is about 15 ringgit per kilogram. While in the one in the market is between 1 ringgit 30 cents to 2 ringgit plus per kilogram, depends on the grade. So you can see the animals in Aras is very well taken care of. And the research title for this grant is The Effects of Goose Bone on Fracture Healing in a Rabbit Model. So as the principal researcher, there is a lot of things that I have to do, which is a very good experience for me. And I learn a lot of new things. One of them is I get to assist Prof. Razak in the orthopedic surgery. Yeah, learning how to do scrubs and everything. So it's a very good and nice experience for me. And this is one of our research subjects. So we have to know about pain management as well, so that the welfare of the rabbits are well taken care of. And antibiotic and painkillers for the rabbit after the surgery, comfort food such as carrot to reward the rabbits, after the pain, so we reward the rabbit with carrot. And one of the challenges after the surgery is to arrange for the X-ray and CT scan of the fractured tibia after 7 days after 14 days, after 21 days, and after 28 days, without fail. Yeah, whether it's raining heavily, whether it's on public holiday, so we have to follow that time. So we need to arrange with the radiographers as well as the VO, the veterinary officer, because she's the one that going to give the general anesthetic, and it's only given at the radiology department. We don't do it at ARAS because we don't know what time that the room, the CT scan room or X-ray room is available. So because they have patient, they will uh, perform it to patient first. So we have to wait on queue list. And because of the logistic problem and also the availability of the scans, only 2 rabbits can be scanned at one time. Even though we do during weekends, later on we change it to lunch hour on Thursday because Thursday they have less patients. We still have to wait until there's no patient or no patient at all. Only then we can perform the scan. We transported the rabbit in a bag so that other human patients won't see our babies. So, but after the scan, we brought the rabbits in the close. Babies with big ears. So this is the process of CT scan of rabbit fractured tibia. And then this is the X-ray. So in other session, again and again, because we have to do it after 7 days, 14 days, 31 days, and 28 days. In fact, our pilot study is about 2 months. And after a few months, the final scan of the rabbit, or the last rabbit, rabbit 10. So actually our first 3 rabbits have names, and the first one we call it Abu, the second one Ali, and the third one Achong. However, because of that, we became so close to the rabbits, and it was very sad to sacrifice the rabbit after the final scan to harvest the organ for another study, for further study. So therefore, uh, for the 4th rabbit onwards, we name it as rabbit 4, rabbit 5, until rabbit 10. So then we have less attachment if we don't name the rabbit. So for other researchers, make sure you don't name your subjects. Later you get emotional and you get attached to the research subject. And this is another challenge when the first rabbit died during transportation, 2nd week of research. So we suspect because we put the rabbit in the bag, so we didn't monitor the oxygen level. So by the time we arrive at Aras, there's no pulse at all. So we must, by hook or by crook, we must have the portable oximeter to measure the oxygen level. So we ask for the donation from Yayasan Hak, give in kind. So this one I will explain later on how we can also get the marks for KPI for give in kind by the industry as well. So the rabbits were very close to me because we meet the rabbit every day to give them medication. We mix the goose bone in their water bottle every day without fail for the whole month, even during weekends. So as well as bringing carrots to them as treat. So that's why they become close to me and also my research assistant. So this is the radiographical analysis. After this is the CT scan. This is another analysis comparison of the fractured area on the 11 March, 18 March, 25th March, 1st April, and 10 April. This one is for pilot study. And we also did the comparisons in 3D. So you can see in 3D, we can do, we can do many things. We can measure a lot more quantitative comparisons in 3D. So further discussion with Roxana at Katiri Coffee. This time she wants to do another project because of strict SOP at your ESM that time. So luckily, Catholic Coffee is just across the road. So we just crossed the road in front of USM and met her at Katiri Coffee. So while having good coffee, we also discussed. First, she wants to translate the production of loose bone powder from traditional method to lead-based production, because if we prepare the product in traditional way, there's no control. So the reliability issue is there because we are not sure whether the next batch going to be the same as the previous batch. So it's very hard to control. So we need to standardize it in the lab-based production. So in that way, she can also apply for certification from various government agencies. And then second, she wanted to produce the goose bone in nanoparticles, because in nano, maybe enhance the fracture healing or and etc. So then Alhamdulillah, in PPSG, we have the tools and the equipment. We have the oven, the furnace, sieve shaker, as well as ball milling machine for that purpose. So before we go ahead, we wanted to know how did she prepare the goose bone powder or goose bone ash traditionally. So, and of course, because of the strict SOP at USM, we chose a third-party place to conduct the demonstration. And luckily, we have that alternative place, which is our NGO office at Taman Maju, Kota Baru. And first, we purchased and slaughtered a white goose a day before at a friend's house. Then we debone or remove the bones from meat. Then the next day, we bring it to Magma office at Taman Maju. And the demonstration is personally performed by Roxana. And there are a few more steps, but not shared here because of the trade secret. Yeah? In fact, there's a few steps that she hid from us. And later on only we knew. But we told her that she needed to trust us because we want to translate the method from traditional to optimized method. So if she hide, some information or she just tell whatever she want to tell, so we won't get the whole picture. So how can we improve or we optimize the method if she didn't reveal the whole process to us? And of course, she asked us to sign the NDA, non-disclosure agreement, because it's a trade secret. And later, after the first process, we grind the bone using mortar, and then grind again using the coffee grinder. And actually, it's a bit challenging to optimize the method because there's a lot of parameters to look at. If you want to put in furnace, what is the temperature? 300 degrees Celsius, 400, 600, or 900? And to furnace for how long? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? It's like when cooking and your mom said, mudah je masak ni, letak garam secukup rasa, bawang pun secukup rasa. So it's very hard to figure. So we have to make it quantitative, like 2 ulas bawang merah or setengah sudu teh garam. Then in that way, we can repeat the process easier. And another challenge is because of the MCO, the sales were low. So the payments to USM was also affected. So she transferred a bit by bit only. She's a sole proprietor and a small business owner. So yeah, we have to give and take. And most of the payments, I needed to pay first. So, but doesn't matter as long as the research is ongoing. So just pay and claim later. And Alhamdulillah, her ghost bone powder is also registered with FDA under dietary supplement categories. And she's yet to get approval from KKM because we cannot clarify the proposed dosage of the product. The NPRA needs to know the proposed daily dosage of the product as well as safety on the long-term use of the proposed dose in humans. That's why, because I asked her, so traditionally, how what is the dosage that consumed by the uh, by human or by the pesakit, the patient. So she also cannot answer that. So anyway, this is one of the challenge that we have to face, and we will find out the dosage later in another study, inshallah. And then the next one is about Yayasan Haq, but basically this grant is from a friend to another friend. So I've known the director and as well as founder of Yayasan Haq since Form 1. We went to the same boarding school. So that's not difficult to get. So there's nothing much to tell because he just give with no nothing for in return. So this is just to show that networking is very important. And year 2021, yeah, this is the second year. We are still in pandemic outbreak with MCO and on and off. So that's another challenging year for me. But Alhamdulillah, I managed to get another two industrial grants, which is from Roxana again, 95K, and also from TDC Holdings, 126,000. So many will ask me, how did I get it? So I will share. The first one, the letter was awarded in 29th January 2021 by the TNC, and the title is Effect of Processing Condition on Physical, Chemical and Biological Properties of Goose Bone Nanopowder and Nanoparticle, sorry. So, how did I manage to squeeze another grant from Roxana? What did I do? Okay, in late 2020, there's a grant from Jabatan Perdana Menteri. It's called SUPERB or Skim Usahawan Permulaan Bumi Putra, and we can apply with the ceiling of 500,000. So I assisted her for this grant application. I did some technical paperwork as well as budgeting, etc., etc. And assisting me from step 1 to step 5. Yeah? And that year, they have more than 1,000 participants from all over Malaysia. So our chance is actually very slim. But we managed to pass at every stage. Yeah? From stage 1, isi borang and video pitching for 2 minutes. Later, we have to do the road pitch at the state level and the zone level, semi-final, and the final stage. And fortunately also, Roxana is very good in pitching. She's a very good salesperson. So she talks very convincing. And I also participated in the grand final interview on 12 December 2020. And then as the lead researcher, I need to answer some technical questions from the panel. So luckily I had experience defending my master and also PhD Viva with USM. So you see, USM has trained me well. Thank you, USM. And Alhamdulillah, Roxana was selected as one of a few winners for Superb 2020. So you can see her photo there. And her title is Serbuk Tulang Angsa Menggunakan Nanoteknologi, Rawatan all-in-one package untuk mereka yang kemalangan. And the award was given by the minister. And Alhamdulillah, after almost a year, selected as one of the winners, Only then she finally received the official letter dated 30th December last year. So it's only like 3 months ago that she received the official letter. The money is not there yet. And then also we have to engage with TPM Nexus Sdn Bhd. It's a GLC, Government Link Company under Teraju. Uh, the company that's supposed to overlook or guide the Superb Teraju Grant recipients. And this TPM Nexus Sdn Bhd is based in Technology Park, Malaysia. So we have the ongoing meetings to discuss our um, stages of the research. And the second industry grant in 2021, last year, is from TDC Holdings Sdn Bhd. And the title is 3D Reconstruction and Rehabilitation of Patients with Oral and Maxillofacial Defects. And again, this company, TDC Holdings Sdn Bhd, is based in Jalan Dusun Muda, Kota Baru. And this is the USM official receipt and also thank you letter I gave by hand to the CSR officer of TDC Holdings Sdn Bhd, Ms. Nur Ain. So some may ask, how do I get to know about TDC Holdings? So you can see the guy in orange t-shirt on my right, and that is our NGO meeting, committee meeting. I'm the chairman of Malaysian Chinese Muslim Association, or MACMA, for Kelantan branch since 2013. And Brother Hafiz Hugh was my secretary for term 2013-2015. And he started, sorry, he started the City Joy business in 2015 after he didn't choose to continue to be elected as secretary. And our cooperative or Koperasi Makmar Kelantan Berhad supported him to become the first stockist, and we also sell his products. And Alhamdulillah, in only 5 years, Brother Hafiz Yu achieved many awards, and one of them is the top young CEO in networking industry 2020. So our association also acknowledge his achievement. He was also featured in front page of Day One Economy. Yes, not easy to be featured on front page. So before we apply the grant from the industries, what should we do? Okay, first is to do some homeworks about the company as well as the CEO. So, are they philanthropists? So do the company have the CSR fund? But as you can see here, in January 2022, in Nona magazine, so that time he already donated 12 million, yeah, from the company. And during early days of pandemic COVID-19, this was 27th March 2020. He already donated 1 million to Mercy. We believe that the more he gives, the more he will get back. So in 2019, his company sales was about 33 million, 30 something million. In 2020, the sales tripled to about 100 million a year, the sales. And this is another donation of 1 million from TDC Holdings to build, to help building Masjid Prima Saujana in Kajang. And this is another contribution, donation, also 1 million. This is a donation to build surau for Hospital Putrajaya. So you see the amount is not small, 1,500,000, 400,000. And now he went even to the next level by sponsoring football club. Uh, as you remember, our uh, Kelantan Stadium, has been painted pink color, by Datuk Sri Vida. Uh, where she sponsored Kelantan Football Club before. And now Brother Hafiz is sponsoring Selangor Football Club. So it's not cheap. And it's good for the company as well because the players will wear the jersey with company's logo. So there must be something to benefit the company as well before the company give out their CSR fund. That's why on our part as a researcher from the university, we must think a way on how we can help the industry. We take something from them, we must give something back to them. So this is me with brother Brendan Gunn, the Selangor FC captain, during a new product launch last month at Soundway Convention Center, which is the product name is Alitera. So we support the company as well. And later on, Brother Hafiz also donated, sponsored 4.5 million to Terengganu FC. And you can see the product name on Terengganu's jersey, Forever. Forever is Col is from colostrum, so colostrum forever. It's a health drink, milk with colostrum and calcium and uh, some other medication as well. And the company sponsored football club so that the players will wear the jersey with products name all year round during football competition. So it's a good thing for product awareness as well as their marketing. So to build confidence. So before I send the application letter for the research fund, which I actually gave the letter personally to him. I wrote this article in Sinar Harian which published on 30th November 2020. Jadilah seperti Hafiz Hugh. Ini lebih kurang macam bodek juga lah. But actually it's a true thing. Whatever I wrote is a fact that has been done. That year, he paid zakat to Majlis Agama Islam dan Adat Istiadat Melayu Kelantan MAKNI about 450,000 zakat. And the second article I wrote is on butterfly effect of Hafiz Hugh. Kesan rama-rama Hafiz Hugh. Kita bodek kau-kau dulu and then later we give the letter asking for research fund. So the possibility to get is a bit high lah. And then that's why Alhamdulillah, I've got the 126K. And what we do with that research fund, first, we managed to purchase the intraoral scanner Medit i500 from South Korea, which we use for the research. And we try to change the way we produce prosthesis. Like this one, we want to do eye prosthesis. This is Dr. Matil. So we want to, we do it both ways, conventional and also using the intraoral scanner, and we compare. So, however, one of the challenges for extraoral scanner is the field of view. Because it's supposed for intraoral, inside the mouth for the teeth, and then we want to scan the whole face. So it's a bit challenging. It's hard to cover a bigger area of extraoral image. So, but however, we make do with whatever we have. Maybe it's time to find another sponsor for the extraoral scanner. So apart from research fund, the industry can also contribute in terms of money or give in kind. So we can still get some marks from M4, consultancy and income generation. So as I mentioned earlier, um, this is give in kind from Yayasan Hak. And for this one, I've got 0.08 marks for M4 give. That time, if they give money, we buy. If you were to buy the oximeter ourselves, we need to find 3 vendors that registered to USM to get 3 quotations, and the process can be long. But we need the oximeter urgently. So therefore, we ask them to pay for the oximeter, and the supplier deliver the oximeter directly to PPSG. Then Alhamdulillah, we got the oximeter. Um, to facilitate our research, and Alhamdulillah, uh, only the first rabbit died during the process, and after we have the oximeter, the rest of the rabbits survive until our final rabbits, until we sacrifice the rabbit. And also this is another example of donation of gift. This one 500 stacks of PPE, value at 10,000 ringgit by Mercy Malaysia. And this one is also another donation by MPOC or Malaysia Palm Oil Council. You see, PPSD bought about 100 rolls of PPE clothes. Into 2020, the staff all, gotong royong, helped to sew the PPE clothes, the PPE. But in 2021, the students are coming in, so there's no space and there's no time. So we need to pay someone to sew the clothes for us. So actually, I applied to few government agencies and sponsors. All have been turned down. Alhamdulillah, finally managed to secure 100,000 ringgit from Malaysian palm oil to pay the those who saw the PPE clothes for us. So we help the school to get the PPE, and at the same time, we can also score some marks for the KPI. So for this one, I've got 2.5 marks, yeah, from M4. So in the paperwork, when we ask for fund, um, we in this application, in the paperwork, we stated that we have 3 other NGOs, our partner NGOs, which is KRT Pasir Putih. KRT stands for Kawasan Rukun Tetangga. It's an NGO under Jabatan Perundangan Negara, as well as Hati and IDEC. And my NGO, Makma, is the middleman. So we receive the money from MPOC, and we pay to the AFNAF via the NGOs. And the 3 NGOs are those comprising single mothers as well as AFNAF Fakir Miskin. So it's a win-win situation, win-win solution. PPSD get the PPE, and the AFNAF get the wages when they sold the PPE to us. And MPOC get the CS up. Yeah, get to do their CS up. So we collected the PPE every 2 weeks using USM van. And this NGO Hati for single mothers is located in Port Lanas, Ketere. And this one, NGO International Islamic Information and Dakwah Center, or IDEC, is located at Lundang, Kota Baru. So, and Alhamdulillah, with the help of these 3 NGOs, every NGO, they have about 10 to 15 workers. So the project is completed in 4 months. So all the 10,000 pieces of PPE uh, collected by PPSG. Alhamdulillah. So next, this year, 2022. So because of the words 22, so my main target this year is to get another 2 industrial grants, which we will try hard. I'm not sure whether I can still get it or not. So one of them is to purchase the handheld scanner. This one is Shining from China. As I mentioned earlier, using intraoral scanner is very hard to scan the face, the whole face. So the intraoral scanner is good to scan a small part of the object, but for a bigger part, bigger area, we need an extraoral scanner. So recently we have Sirim from KL, from Bukit Jalil, visited us, and they did some demonstration. And this is Dr. Asman from orthopedic, and Dr. Yanti, orthodontics, and we also have Dr. Roslinda and Dr. Mazuki from Maxillofacial who attended the demonstration. So they just bought the scanner this year. So hopefully we can get the fund to purchase the same thing so that we can do more research and we can benefit more patients, inshallah. So within 5 minutes only, it's very fast scan and get very good results. So I applied for the fund in early February this year, 2022, and supported by the new TDR, Prof. Madia Dr. Suharni. But so far, we've been told that they have no budget yet. It's not that they don't have budget, they have using all their budgets already for another CSR. So sometimes when we apply this year, you know, it can be only processed next year or end of this year. So at the same time, I also applied to a few other agencies and a few other industries to help get this because of the current economy. So not many industry have CSR fund, or sometimes they only have limited fund. And another good point to offer to the industries is the double tax deduction, which can be assisted by the Center of Innovation and Consultation, or CIC USM, under Prof. Srimala. And it is a good incentive for the industry. Let's say they contributed 100K to USM. They can claim back from LHDN 200K, double. They can claim double from what they have donated or contributed. And this include industrial grant as well. So instead of going to RCMO after you get the industrial grant, or before you get it, we can go to CIC. The process is the same, but the only difference is RCMO charge 2.5% from the total amount for the management fees, and CIC charge double. CIC charge 5%. So let's say you get 100,000 grant from the company, from the industry. So you will only get 95K. 5K will be taken by CIC. So make sure you put aside 5% in your allocation for this. Otherwise, you'll be short of 5% in your research study. So there's a lot of FAQ when I attended the webinar with CIC. And yes, we can still pay the student tuition fees as well as allowances. But if you want to know more about this double tax deduction, you can approach CIC. So they are very friendly and they are very open. They also have clinic. And you can see here the process is similar with RCMO, from offer letter from industry and get endorsement from CIC, drafting agreement, We can still have MOA, MOU. Then later on, we open an account also with under Bendahari, USM. And later on is reporting. Yes, reporting is very important. And like what Associate Professor Dr. Azia mentioned 2 weeks ago, it's not like um, FRGS or RUI where you have a fixed date like every 3 months or every 6 months. Industry can be very demanding. Like Roxana, sometimes she wants report every week. Yeah, every end of the week she want to have a short meeting. She want to know the progress. And sometimes in the middle of the night she will text you, ask you something, or sometimes in a day she will like give you a voice message or text. Like 10 or 20 voice message one go. So this is something that we have to entertain because sometimes they have a lot of things in their head. They want to know. They want the result fast. They want to know the report fast. So they're businessmen. So everything must be fast. So we have to follow the rhythm. So this is one of the challenges for the industrial grant. Unless they like Yasan Haq say, okay, I give you 15K, you want to do whatever you want to do, you just do. I don't care, I don't want to know. Then it's good enough. Otherwise, we have to follow what they want, and give what they want. So this is my attempts, asking my friend. Once I learned about this double tax deduction, send to as many friends as possible. This is mostly from my same alma mater, from the same boarding school. So they are either business owners or working at the management levels of GLC or big companies. So I even asked my friend who works with the bank. So, but it's easier to approach business owners as the decision making is faster. So, like this one on the left here, he said, interesting, but the company is losing every year. So they don't have tax to pay. So this double tax deduction is not for them. And like that, my another friend on the right side said, oh, tak ada budget lagi sekarang. So, okay. Next year, we will remind again, we will ask again whether they want to do CSR. Yeah? Where they do the CSR, they can also get double tax deduction from LHDN. And in the middle one, this fellow said, let me discuss with my partner, besok ada management meeting. So far when I follow up, he said, okay, it's not conclusive yet. So anyway, we have to try. So the tips, first is to ask as many people as possible. We don't ask, we don't get. We ask, not necessarily we will get, but the chance is there. So maybe out of 10 industry that we approach, only 3 will respond. Or maybe only 1 will give positive feedback. Positive, not necessarily they will give. But so the most important thing is to have thick face, muka tebal sikit. So whenever I meet my friend, whether they are contractor or whatever, small business, big business, I always ask, do you have any CSR fund? If you have, can you spare a bit for my research? Just ask. You have nothing to lose except you have a thicker face lah after that. So another tips is to join charitable NGOs. It's good for networking. I volunteered at Yayasan OKU Kelantan or YOHUP since 2002. So it's about 20 years already. And standing next to me is Brother Razi Pahlawi. He's a Secretary General of Mercy Malaysia. Now you see how I get the 500 pieces PPE from Mercy, because I know the Secretary General. Actually, we asked for more, but he said, bro, we cannot only give to USM, we have to give to other hospitals, other pejabat kesihatan as well, untuk sama rata lah. Otherwise, it's so much cronyism. So okay, fair enough. 500 pieces is better than none. And on his right side is Datin Suliana. She's a chairperson of your group. So once you know them, it's easier to do any program or event with your group later on. And also from this NGO, we get to know people whenever there's a program or activity. And like this one on the left is Mr. Muhammad Rafi Hanif. He's a CEO of CIMB Foundation. Then on the right is Puan Anita Ahmad. She's a lead community development of Yayasan Hasanah. Yayasan Hasanah is under Khazanah. But already approached them. Unfortunately, they said they cannot give money direct to USM. So if they have any community engagement or anything, the money will go through other NGO. So they don't give money to straight to USM. So susah lah sikit eh. It's not captured by USM account, so susah sikit nak claim lah. But anyway, we can still do. I also met other representative also from Yayasan Saindabi and also few other high-level government officers during the this official opening of Yokuk Hydrotherapy Pool. And I was fortunate also to be invited as the MC for the program. So once you're the MC, you talk, people look at you. So it's easier for me to approach them later after the ceremony. I just go, okay, Cik Rafi, I'm Johari, I'm with USM. Terus tanya, do you have any CR fund? Kan senang. Terus direct je. And the final tip is to do good. You know, there's a hadith from Prophet Muhammad SAW. The best among you are those who bring greatest benefits to many others. Manusia yang baik, paling baik adalah terbaik adalah manusia yang memberi manfaat kepada manusia yang lain. So there's another 5 minutes for question and answer. Thank you so much for your time. If you have anything, you can ask me, or you can later on you can also email me. I pass back to Cik Hakim ke? Terus tanya dia.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. It's a very enlightening part of you to describe almost from A to Z. So I have questions just now. How do you propose and everything? And you have already answered it. It looks like we have to create a very large connection, Dr. Joe. Very large circle of friends. So tak boleh malu-malu lah, kan Dr. Joe?
Sometimes it doesn't have to be your direct friend. It can be kawan punya kawan punya kawan. You know,
Okay.
Kawan dia punya kawan adalah kawan Facebook saya. He's also our friend. So we just ask. Okay, Dr. Saliza angkat tangan nak tanya.
Okay. Silakan.
Yes, Dr. Saliza. If you have problem with your mic or anything, you can also type in the chat box.
Okay, sila emoji.
Okay. Sila emoji.
Maybe ada researcher or ada doctors, ada lecturers. Do we have to make a report, Dr. Joe? Report like what you call that? Like short-term grant, RU. Do we have to submit a report?
For Roxana Omar, we make a report in the PowerPoint form because she's a businesswoman. In fact, before this, I gave her the report in PDF, very detailed. After 1 week, she asked again for the same report. After that, she asked again also. Like 50 kali dia minta benda yang sama. So I simplify the report I put in the PowerPoint with pictures, and then after that she never ask again. So we know because they're a businessman. They have no time to read the full report. They just look at the photos. Okay, this has been done. This one has been performed. Okay, yang ni dah siap, yang ni belum. So have to be very concise and simplified.
I want to understand the one that teraju grant that Miss Rosanna got. So you are supporting her through that industrial grant, or is this consequent? Or
Okay, I assisted her from the start for her to secure the grant. So once she got the grant, so I managed to squeeze about 20% from the grant for the R&D because in the business development, they must do some sort of R&D. So I said, okay, since I help you, you have to help me. So
Okay.
she gave the 95K research grant after that.
Oh. Do we have any question from the audience?
Semua from PPSD ada daripada luar ke?
Nanti saya tengok ni Dr. Cik Eri Zuraidi, Cik Idris, Dr. Idris Long, ada tadi saya tengok. Okay. So I think there is no more question from the audience, Dr. Joe. So we
Ada
are...
lagi satu soalan.
ada? Okay.
Sorry. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Johari and team. And Dental, I think it's quite the formidable work that you have done for USM. And your talk is quite inspirational. Cuma I nak tanya, in your kerja dengan industri, research especially, yang menghasilkan hasil dia adalah hasil research. What about publication? Ada tak you come across that the industry tak nak kerja itu dipublish disebabkan oleh trade secret dan sebagainya?
Yes, especially for the second study dengan Roxana tu, when we want to do the optimization, because we have to be very choosy lah. Yang kena tanya dia pula, okay, which part of the results that we can present as a to do the research or to do the research article. Kena tanya dulu siap-siap. Dia kata okay, baru carry on. Like the rabbit study, yes, she wants it to be published because she want to show to the customers that we have done this scientific study to prove that the goose bone powder is good. But for the next one, for the nano one, because if we do the research article, we will explain the methodological step by step. So it will reveal the trade secret. That's why she said, okay, yang ni tak boleh. So we have to follow them lah.
Yeah, I suppose in the event of getting negative results, also dia tak benarkan untuk publish dan maybe just partly of it lah.
Yes. So kita publish on the methodology saja ke? So tak yalah, on a pilot study, something like that. So there must be a way to go around as long as we can produce Q1, Q2 article, because yang tu yang VC duk tekan-tekan lah. Q1, Q2. Even after this Scopus Index pun tak boleh nak terima dah.
Betul. Thank you. Terima kasih banyak, Doktor.
Welcome. Okay, Dr. Tahir asked, the industries usually support grants only for products or other projects as well. Don't they donate result in those that do not result in a product? Yes, it depends on their CSR. You know, certain industry they want to improve their product, or they want to commercialize their product, or they want to have innovation of certain part of their product. Yes. But sometimes industry, they just want like TDC holdings, you know, okay, I have this, I want to do this. Okay, this is our CSR fund. Okay, you do. So the most they ask is when we publish, we acknowledge, okay, this partly contribute by TDC holdings. That's all. So this one, that one easier. I don't have to produce any reports to the industry, you know, they just bagi macam tu je lah. Like donation, yes, sometimes they just give donation. So but depends on what we want to do, because sometimes they don't just give donation to the research. So they want something that help the patient or something like that. So we have to, the paperwork have to do something like, you know, we improve the patient or something like that. Then it's more appealing to the industry, because they don't just give. They want something in return in terms of what benefits that we can offer to the patients or to the community, or maybe our research can help improve the well-being of the community. They want something like that, so that it's good for their CSR as well, because corporate social responsibility, they want to have quantifiable results so that they can show to the community what they have done. I've been donated 50K, 100K for this cause. So this is what we get in return.
Usually, how much CSR do they need to produce, Dr. Joe? I mean, is there any amount?
It depends on their profit, and it
Oh,
depends on how much they want to give. So normally when I approach them, I have a proposal. But in the end, my proposal will suit your budget, because sometimes maybe you want to do something with 50K, but they only have 30K. Takkan kita kata, tak naklah 30K kan? So okay, I will redo my proposal so that it will suit that 30K budget ceiling that the industry has. So we just make do with whatever they have.
when is the best time to get that CSR? I
Oh,
mean,
the best time is yesterday.
yesterday.
No, I mean, the best time is now. Sometimes they say, when is the best time to plant the tree? The best time is to plant the tree 20 years ago. So the best time to give the proposal to the company is as soon as possible. There's no best time. But you do some homework first, because if you know the company is losing money, they have no, they don't even pay tax. So why must we go and approach them asking about CSR, because they don't even have profit that year. So at least if we know they have all that, then we apply, and not necessarily we will get, because sometimes this year they already plan to do something, for the whole year. It's already in their budget. So we come in, so it's not in their allocation at all. Say they will put aside and say maybe next year. So, but it's okay. At least by next year they already have us in mind when they do the allocation, budget allocation. Because if we wait until the best time, there's no best time. The best time is now or yesterday.
Because we now currently apa ni kalau HDN sekarang ni kan kita ada income tax sekarang ni. So saya tanya tu mungkin selepas April ke, mungkin gitulah maksud saya.
Because yang income tax tu, the accountant will prepare the documentations. When we apply, it will go to another officer. And like TDC Holding, they have one post called CSR officer. So we approach the officer.
Is there any more question from the audience? From the chat? No, no, no. Okay. If there's no more question, I think I would like uh, um, to say thank you to Dr. Johari Yap Abdullah for his very presentation. And we wish that you have a very successful uh, to get the other grants that you have proposed.
Thank you.
Dan juga ucapan Ramadan Karim pada semua lah, dan Dr. Jo, semoga kita semua dapat menyempurnakan ibadah puasa pada tahun ini, insyaAllah. So terima kasih banyak Dr. Jo sekali lagi. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Jangan lupa isi itu ya, kita ada mata CPD. Baik, terima kasih Dr. Jo.